my favorite stories in the Bible, and I have many. And when we use the word stories, these are true accounts, true events. That was King David. So he was the replacement for King Saul, and Saul was pretty wicked. And he had a son, Jonathan, who became David's best friend. And the time came when King Saul died. Jonathan and David by this time were best friends. They were like brothers, the brothers that neither of them ever had, it seemed. And when Jonathan, just before he died, he asked David, promise me this, if anything happens to me, that you would show kindness and mercy to my posterity. And David said, of course, I will do this for you. So the time came when David was put upon the throne, and he had been king for some time, and he remembered Jonathan and the promise that he made to him. And he said, is there anyone in Saul's family who is still living that I may show kindness to? And this would have been totally unheard of, because in all the other nations and according to tradition, if your rival king, if that king was put to death, you put to death all his children so that there would never be any competition fighting for the throne. So they found out that Mephibosheth was Saul's grandson, and somewhere along the line in the process, when they were fleeing, when he was a young child, maybe 5 years old or so, his nurse scooped him up and grabbed him to flee and take him to safety. And she stumbled and fell, and he broke his legs or his ankles. He was crippled the rest of his life. And David said, I want you to bring him here. And so they brought him, and you can just imagine maybe the fear and the trepidation. Are they going to take my head off? What is this? Is this where, I lose my life? And instead, David said, Mephibosheth, I am going to give you the estate of your grandfather Saul. All that is yours. And then he turned to the servant and he said, I want you to attend to Mephibosheth's property and the vineyards and take care of it. And then, here was the clincher. He said, and Mephibosheth, you have a place at my table for the rest of your life. What a story of God's mercy and kindness and goodness and grace. Here we would have deserved, like in olden times, to have the death penalty like Mephibosheth would have had. And instead, we are brought to the table of the true King, our Father God, and we can sup with him. We can sit at his table forever.